Situation is something like that nobody ever probably heard before in their life. Okay, tell you this story. So, I don't even know where to begin. I have this one particular female cousin that for some reason just keeps on being in my life. She doesn't live in my state. She doesn't live in my city. We've only hung out together a few times. I could count on 5 fingers how many times, and it was over spans of years. Like, say I was probably 30, then 35, or, something like that, then seeing her again at 40, or whatever you may say. She wasn't with me every single day. She never lived with me. She knows nothing about my life. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't even probably know who my grandfather is. She probably doesn't even know my mother's father. She just knows my family, the Daniels family. And she just, for some reason, thinks and believes that I don't have any other family, but I do have a father. And if anybody say that they're my cousin, she gets very upset and wants to know how and who their mother and father is, which I think doesn't even matter. Okay? So this particular cousin, like I said, all my life has been causing me problems. She never asks me if I said or did anything. She just outright blames me soon as someone tells her their lies. So I'm under the impression that she's jealous of me, which I know she is. I'm going to tell you how this all began. When I was about 19 years old, after I gave birth to my daughter, my mother had told me that's your cousin, you know, get to know her or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up with her. I didn't know her when I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16. She can't say she did because she didn't. She would be lying because she would know my other friends and they would know her because we were together every day at my grandmother's. They did not start knowing her till we got older. Okay, so um, skip from when I was 19. I think probably is about 97. She came to my mother's house one day after she was released from doing 6 months from jail. I do remember that because some things I remember, some things I don't care to remember. Um, and some things we just remember, not even if we do care, we just remember them. So I ended up going for like 60 days and then I got out. Then never seen her. Then boom, 99. I went for like 6 months. I don't know if she was there with me when I did that, but one time she was there with me. You know, everything was fine. You know what I'm saying? She had this one particular friend that swears up and down that she did something to me, Joe, that she's never done. And everybody know that nobody puts their hands on me without me, defending myself. Like people just lie so much on me to try to hurt me. Any way they can, they'll just say anything. So gonna go up there back to like, okay, like I said, go back 98, 99. One particular moment, like I said, never hung with her. She's just always in my life somehow. Like my friend said, that she's studying me. So, her daughter was going to Disney World and she needed $250. She didn't know I knew this story, because like I said, people talk. So my stomach was hurting, so I had took my pants off because I had cramps. And I left them in my bathroom and I was on my couch and my friend came in and said, "What's up, butt naked niche?" Laughing, joking. And we were good, She threw me my pants and because I thought somebody else was coming and my money was in the pocket. She left. So I went back in the bathroom and I did some little freshen up. Don't need to tell all that. When you cramps, you know what happens. So I put my pants back in there again. Then this particular cousin came in. And after that, my $250 was gone. And her own aunt told me that she was a kleptomaniac, not to say anything, but she all of a sudden ended up with $250 for her daughter to go to Disney World. It was my $250 she stole. Now tell me from then to back, what did I ever do to her? Then she stole my Timberlands and tried to say that her boyfriend brought them her baby father, which is our cousin. She shouldn't even be having that going on. If she wants to talk about me, she should talk about her own self. I don't care what people do. but they care what I do for some strange reason. So I asked him one day, "Did you buy her those Timberlands?" He said no, and I knew because mine's disappeared. So boom, like I said, things happened. I ended up going to jail. I didn't get out till like year 2002, and I ended up, probably, I don't even know if I seen her. I ended up getting pregnant right away in the tubes, so they had to do the surgery. You know what I'm saying? Everything was good. They saved my tubes. Boom, I'm working. Never seen her for years. Boom, 2003 or two. I think I probably seen her because someone had did something to me, and her sister helped me, to get the vengeance, like we used to do. And we hung together for a couple days after that, but then after that we never seen each other again. I'm just being honest. Okay, so after that, boom, 2003, 2004, I go to jail again in March of 2004. And then that's when I think I seen her again. I really don't know, so I'm not gonna say. I can't. That's one thing I don't do. I don't want to lie. So I just know we were in there together. So I did another. I did the 2.5. I got out 2006. Never went back again. I did 5 years altogether. I've been out of jail since 2006. Never went back. I was on probation for 3 years on and after, which was 6 years. So I ended up getting married, and I forgot that I had owed $1,300 because I was working for, as PCA, and they pay you to take care of the people. And my cousin told that I had been in jail trying to ruin my life because she wanted all the hours, and then had told that I get paid, and I still sometimes I don't have to go to work. I mean, and I still would get paid, which is what my family allowed me to do because they're the ones who gave me the job, and they didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not saying any of that. They helped me. They were looking out for me. So boom, next thing I know, um, you know, go to visit my husband. I forgot about that money. I only owe 1,300, so I got arrested, but I got back out because I paid the money, and my probation officer told them that I've been doing good. I don't get into trouble. I've been paying and everything. I just simply forgot because they wanted me to pay 8,000 back, but my lawyer talked them down to 5,000. Okay, so boom. 2007, I see her. She comes over so I could meet her husband. We don't talk for long. Boom. I move. I don't see her anymore. 2008, 2009, I don't see her. 2010, I get married. Didn't see her. She didn't come to my wedding, nothing. She didn't know my husband or anything. So probably about 2013 is when she probably met my husband because she said, "I want to see what he looked like because you always have, nice looking dudes with long hair. Why are you interested in that?" You get what I'm saying? That's studying my life. I don't know what type of dude she go for. I just know she's a whore. That's all I know. Excuse my language, but I'm getting tired of people trying to hurt me when I don't hurt them. And I know a lot about them that I can say, but I just rather not do it. I don't do that. So, back to the story. Her husband gave my husband a job. They all worked together cleaning restaurants. I never went, never chilled. Don't even know she could have did something with him. And I don't know because she's known for, you know, being promiscuous with her family's husbands and boyfriends. So I never thought about it. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't care. I'm so in tune with so much in my life right now and so at peace that I don't even care about some things because I already was getting rid of him anyways. Because soon as my brother got killed on his birthday, he started being very disrespectful. Very disrespectful, I mean. You know what I'm saying? So I got tired. So one day I just left and I told my cousin to come get me. You know what I'm saying? And I never went back. Then I ended up moving. Still didn't see my cousin for all those years. I moved out here. I got married, like I said, 2010, 2011, 12. Didn't see her till 2013. Like I said, my brother got killed that year on his birthday, on his 29th birthday. So we're going to say 2014, 15, I didn't see her. I didn't really see nobody at the funeral because I wasn't caring, but I believe she was there. I was so distraught. I didn't remember anything. I think I was in shock. So, forward to 2015. Okay, I left my husband, I moved here, but I still was married to him, but he wouldn't divorce me. So I had to have the judge, do it throughout the newspaper so I could divorce him without him having to be there. So you know, uh 2016 pops up. Nope, 2015. It was October, so it's almost 2016. I had this friend that I known from years ago that we known each other as teenagers, and he always liked me. And I was always a good girl. I'm celibate. I don't cheat. I don't mess around with men. I live my life. I have had things, going on with men, sometimes, but not no, I'm saying not nothing like that. I don't disrespect myself. I just make mistakes. I would think that somebody is true to me when they really came with a mask on. So I get with him and I tell him that I don't want to be anything until I'm completely divorced. I don't want to have sex. I don't want to do anything. So he got mad at me and didn't want to talk to me no more. And I was like, what is going on? What did I do? He's like, no, I just want somebody to love me that's going to be with me. I said, that will happen, but you got to give that time. I don't know you. So you have to like, I knew you when we were 16. Now we're in our 40s. I don't know you, this version of you. You know what I'm saying? And plus, you got to give me time to get over my divorce. And I'm still mourning over my brother. Mind you, I moved the same day as my brother's funeral. The same day as my brother's funeral. Because when you rent U-Hauls, you don't know what's going to happen in the future. So when we rented the U-Haul, we didn't know that that would happen to my baby brother. So I had to bring it back after the repass. It was about 5 or 6. It had to be back. So it flash. She sees him and she's wondering who he is. You don't know him, none of your business. So things didn't work out with me and him because he ended up having police run up in my house, and I was letting him drive my Audi to New London, Connecticut every Thursday to so-called report to parole, and they said he never even was put into no parole. And I was so upset. I blacked out and I was outside saying, you cannot come back here. I'm done. I'm leaving you. And he's like, you gonna leave me? You gonna leave me? And I was so mad. I didn't realize I was outside with my t-shirt on and panties. And I said, yes, yes, I'm leaving you. And the cops was laughing, because I could be so hilarious at sometimes. I'm a happy person. People just always bothering me. So back to that. I stayed in myself. This is 2015 still, mind you. We didn't get to 2016 yet. So he ended up going to jail. I still forgave him and waited a whole year. But I honestly told him that I had met a friend and we was just going to be friends and enjoy life together, but no relationship, just like with him. He refused to hear that, even though he did what he did to me. And his own son said, that's wrong that he was using your Audi, going down there doing something. And how did he end up with another girl so fast when you broke up? He was like, don't worry. You was the best stepmom I ever had anyway, which I do know. So after that, chilling, living my life, having fun. I don't know, somebody, family, friends I don't even know, don't care anymore, ruined that relationship. The friendship, they told the dude lies, and I just was over it, didn't care anymore. Because it was too many times that, he would come back, then he would leave. After what somebody said, come back again, leave, and I know my worth and I deserve better than that. You know what I'm saying? So after that, I said, you know what, I'm done with men. I'm never letting them touch me again. I'm just going to be celibate. And then that's when I realized what was going on. But I still didn't stick to it. I still gave somebody else a chance. Okay, 2019, after being celibate for about a year and a half, it wasn't long. I gave in to someone who pretended he was around me for 6 months, living here, staying with me. But before the 6 months, he was coming in here to chill with the person who I was looking out for. Because I look out for people and I would rent rooms to them. They have nowhere to go. And that's just how I am. So, this particular person, again, knew me from a teenager. We used to ride around together, and I would always have one of my friends with me while I'm with him and one of his friends, and he said you never would really talk to me and stuff, and I always liked you. So I used to be like, yeah, well, I'm not letting nobody in my house. I'm like, so I would have them outside all the time and would never let them in. So one day, here we go, being Nisha and being an empath that I am, caring about demons, not knowing that they probably had intentions on hurting me from the jump. So I said, y'all could come in because it's hot and I had AC. I was like, y'all could come in, and whatever, and chill. So what happened, like everybody always does, turned his attention towards me instead of the person he came to visit and said, so can I come chill with you sometimes? Here we go. So I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. What I'm saying? We could chill. That's, what I'm saying? 2 weeks later, he's arguing with me because I'm talking to my friends about something that we're doing to get money. He wants to know what we're doing. Now, mind you, this is none of his concern. If I'm wrong, tell me and I'll accept it. It's none of his business. Don't know you, haven't been with you, just knew you for 2 weeks. He was only supposed to bring me to the gym so that I can put an end to my membership because I was paying 100 and something and wasn't even going to the gym. I'm in the car with this man for an hour arguing with him about my friend's money. You know what I'm saying? That they trying to help me. It was weird. So I was like, I don't want this no more. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I walked away, shut the door. Then he was right behind me on my heels. And I was like, I am done with you. He wouldn't leave me alone. So I gave him another chance, and I'm like, yo, I just don't like this. This is weird. Like, you don't even know me, and you acting like that over something that has nothing to do with you. I said, so I can imagine if we got together. And so, things was good once again. We both like music. I always connect to people who like music because I like music. So, we was good for 6 months. He was living here, staying the night. I mean, not living. He was staying here every night though, folding up his clothes properly, putting them. And I was like, oh, he takes care of things. I watch everything. So, then all of a sudden he just started acting messed up towards me. You know what I'm saying? Started calling me, saying that I was evil and that he don't like the way I treat people. Every time somebody would hurt me, he would make it seem like I hurt them. And my cousin said, what is he talking about? You the one people hurting. And she said, treat people. She said, you treat people good. I take care of people. I look out. If you don't have money, I will let you live with me for free and I won't care. And I will feed you. I just don't like when people try to play me and take advantage of me and have a bunch of money and try to just use me for all my stuff. And then when I'm down, won't help me. So here the cousin go again. When we took pictures, who's that? And why his relationship status don't say relationship? Why does it say single? You know why? Because we wasn't even in a relationship. We just were talking. Get what I'm saying? So he said, why is your cousins in my business? Worried about me messaging me and stuff, asking him why he didn't change his status. Do you guys see where I'm getting at? And do you hear me? Okay. So that's none of their business. I don't do that to them. I don't go asking none of they guy friends anything. I don't try to be friends with no woman that they're friends with, but they do it to me. They've stolen friends from me. They've stolen people from me that used to chill with me and be around me. They turned these people against me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, evil communication ruins good morals. But I didn't know back then that people that was bad people or not too good people being around you would make people think you're the same way. I didn't look at things that way. I was out in the world. And when you're out in the world, you don't think your friends ain't gonna tell you, oh, do good, go read the Bible. No, they gonna be like, yo, let's go rob these people, let's go steal, let's write these checks, let's do these credit card scams, let's do these checks. That's what I used to do. And someone told we all used to do it. And we asked for forgiveness and we realized that we were wrong. We were young and we needed money and we all had to hustle because we all knew each other's situation. We all came from family that was dysfunctional. They hustled as well, and some did drugs, some drank, so we had to sometimes fend for ourselves. So we were very smart growing up. So flashback flashback He's like, yeah, why are they in our business, cetera, cetera. So I'm like, I don't know. They always doing this, and I don't even be around them. You know what I'm saying? One guy wanted to date me, and when he found out that one of them was my cousins, he said that he couldn't no longer talk to me because that person was my family, and I didn't even hang with the cousin. I said, yo, this is crazy. Why? She doesn't come over. She's not going to cause a problem. But he was like, nah. So do you get what I'm saying? So after that, 2019 experience, I just said, you know what, I'm done. So I stayed to myself from that day on. I didn't deal with no men. I didn't have any sexual things going on with no man. I was just to myself. And then after Corona 2021, my cousin wanted to go into this place to use the bathroom, and I kept saying, no, I don't want to go in. I just can feel things. I could feel when I don't belong somewhere because I got hurt and because I wasn't supposed to be there. So I ran into a man who told me that he was single and that he had used to be with a white woman, and that he had his own house, car, and job, and he didn't need a woman. And I listened to everything and pay attention. I said, so if you didn't have a job, a house, and a car, then you would need a woman to use her for hers? Because I actually heard men say that. You know what I'm saying? That they only need women if they don't have a house, job, and a car. They need her for her things. And that's kind of messed up. Y'all going to have to pay for that. You know, God going to get y'all for that one. You know what I'm saying? So we were friends for 12 months. He never touched me. I never touched him. We just laughed. You know, the trees, the green, you know what I'm saying? We would eat together. He's a nice person. We go to the park. I would talk to him about all the things people did to me and how the people hurt me. Then one day he asked me to drink with him, and I drank some Crown Royal with him, and I don't drink. I get very lightheaded when I drink, and I get drunk very fast off of just nothing. I have very low tolerance, I guess, for anything. So, he performed on me, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't want him to do this. I didn't want things to happen. So after that, he was doing it all the time. And I was like, okay, I think I can trust him. So for 6 months, we were, then one day his wife hits me up. And I'm like, oh my God. So you were married this whole time? Oh, nope. I said, yeah, you know what? I'm about to go tell your wife because you knew I was celibate, and why would you do this to me? Oh, no, no, no. Please, please. Don't tell. Why would you want to hurt me? Why would I want to hurt you? You're hurting me. I'm the celibate one who was always telling you things going on in my life and how people hurt me, and you still turned around and had a master plan, you know, and knew what you was going to do because you knew that you was married. You get what I'm saying? So after that, and that was like 3 days before my brother's rest in peace birthday. Everybody always tried to hurt me before his birthday too. I have meant to throw that in there. So after that, I had ended up just giving up. I said, I'm done. I don't never want to talk to nobody. So now, from then till now, I stayed celibate from 2021, you know what I'm saying, until 2024, I mean. And then that's when I met the dude, DJ, Daryl Henderson. And I don't care, I'll say his name. I went to the room to his brother. It was June 25th when I met him or whatever. Then after that, in July, we became, and I was like having fun with him. So I said, I'm grown. I never have any type of intercourse. I never have any type of touching, or I'm just so lonely. And, I think I was vulnerable. I'm still mourning and stuff. I had things I lost, babies and stuff like that. So I think about things sometimes and how my life would have been. This man pretended to be such a good person. I didn't know that before I met him and before his brother rented the room. You know how people talk before they do things? They must have been talking about me before he moved in. You get what I'm saying? Because he was telling me he was going to move in for like a month, and then he finally came. And I was like, why does he keep saying he coming and he don't? Somebody else wanted the room. If he don't want it, just say that because they can have it. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing. So he came. And He just kept saying, I want you to meet, my mother wants to meet you. I don't know why. And I'm like, why his mother want to meet me? I'm not with him. Shouldn't no man's mother want to meet me if I have nothing going on with him? I'm right or wrong. Maybe I'm just wrong and I never heard of that. They just want to know the person their son is staying with, probably could be that. So one day he was like, man, could she just come over and meet you? She keep asking me. Never came the first time though, so this is the second time. So I'm like, okay, yeah, Cedra, Cedra. So he finally moves in, you know, and we talk about the spiritual and all that, and how we in tune with all that and all that. I didn't know at this time that they were institutionalizing. They just pretend they smart and they see things on TV or hear things that people say and they just repeat it and act like they know it. So I kept telling them I'm a chosen one. They kept saying they're chosen ones too. I'm like, no, you're not. Chosen ones don't act the way that you guys act. Chosen ones don't hurt people. See their trickery. They would always buy me food and look out for me when I had my thyroid surgery. They were so sweet to me, charming. The brother made me chocolate covered strawberries, brought me out to get food a few times, brought me out to eat, just did a lot of stuff for me. They were very nice. And they kept saying, why you not telling people all the good stuff we did? I am. But I'm telling them also the bad things that y'all did, that they both kept trying to, disrespect me in my house. They were trying to like double team me in my house and told me that just because it's my house, I can't talk to them the way I want. I was defending myself towards them, though. You get what I'm saying? And they wanted to disrespect me, so they didn't want me to say anything. Me being a woman, saying anything to them would make them feel any kind of way. So, I got more going on in my life than they do. So that already makes them feel embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? A woman who's at a point in her life where they don't have. You know what I'm saying? So, mind you, like I said, I just met the brother. Okay? So, his brother started coming over. We was having fun. I'm dancing, singing, what I do, listen to music. And he was asking, is she drunk or is she high or something? They said, no, she's just a happy person. That's just her. Why do you have to be drunk or high to enjoy life? You know what I'm saying? So, we chilling, we having fun. He asked me to go upstairs. I'm like, no. He keeps asking me and asking me. I'm like, no. He asked to go outside to smoke. I'm like, okay. He said, you want to come out there with me? Yes. I went out there with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, very handsome man because I don't like ugly guys. I accepted his flaws. I don't like guys with ugly feet, and I accepted his. I don't like people with them dark brown toenails and rusty and growing up that way instead of out. I accepted all that. I accepted the fact that he, sniff cocaine and drink all of that. And this man, I don't know if he blacked out and didn't know that he didn't know me, but it's so much I don't even know where to begin. I already had told some of this story and said that I was going to finish. So the cousin had told him when he get here, don't F with me. And I didn't know what that meant. Like, when you get over there, don't F with my cousin. So when he asked me to go to his house, I said, no, I don't know you like that, and I'm not doing that. But once he started coming over my house a lot and we started talking and stuff, well, like 2 months went by, so I figured, okay, I'll go over there. I don't never get out the house. I don't go nowhere. People that don't know me or that's hating on me, they seem to think that I be out in the streets and that I be talking about people, and I don't do that. That all I do is talk about people and all that. And so yeah, so we over there. I'm singing, making that song that we made. I ride, I ride, I ride. And he's singing, I need you on the passenger side with me, baby. And we was supposed to collab and do more. So we had fun and everything. Out of nowhere. After the song and everything. Did you ever mention me to your cousin Breezy? I'm like, nope. I didn't know you to mention you to her. I said, she asked me, have I met the brother? And I said no, because I don't want to tell people anything no more, because people be in my business too much. And when I said it, she said it at the same time as me. She's like, right, that's right. But you the one. So after that, she was like, yeah, y'all could collab, whatever. I met him, but I told her I didn't. Because I have to lie sometimes because people be in my life. You know, it's none of their business, anyways. So he's asking me, so you never spoke to her about me? I said, no. She asked me about you. He was determined that her asking me about him was me speaking about him. That's not, right? It's not. It's her asking about him. So he just kept yelling at me, saying that I'm looking at him in his face and lying. And I was so confused and so hurt because I know that I came a long way on my spiritual journey and I thought I got away from all that type of stuff. And here come a demon. And I was like, I'm uncomfortable. I want to go home. I don't like how you're treating me. And he said Uber. I said, wow, okay. I sat there and I just was like, okay, I'm gonna figure something out. And I was like, it's a little cold in here, can you turn the air conditioner off? And he was like, freeze, bitch. And I'm like, wow, wow, I don't even know this man and he's doing this to me. And I'm not lying. I didn't do anything to this man to make him do that to me. I didn't say anything. I just kept repeating that just because she asked me if I knew you, that does not mean that I brought you up to her. He said, yes, it does. So I don't know. So after that, I'm like, you can't come to my house no more. I don't like that. He apologized, and it's over. Him and his brother once again start trying to disrespect me in my house, and they will always apologize and be nice to me the next day. And I'm an empath and I love people and I don't like to hurt people, man. I don't. I feel so bad when I hurt people, when I call people names after they dogged me out, though. I feel bad because I'm not that type of person. So we had a personal situation going on that's nobody's business. And his brother opened his mouth and told the mother. Then the mother, who's supposed to be a grown woman who never sat down and met me on a respectable level, you 60 something years old, why are you being like this? Telling my cousin, do you know about DJ and your cousin that my son lived with over there? Now, why would she do that? So from then on, my cousin went on telling them that I had a hysterectomy and I never did. Never had a hysterectomy in my life and kept trying to tell me on the phone that I did. My mother said I didn't. My closest friends said I didn't. My sister, my whole family. They said, it's ridiculous. My cousin said, no, I had one and I told her. They so much in my life and stole her from me, but she started seeing now. That's the friend I was talking about. That when she tells them something about her life, they get it confused and misinterpreted it with me. Like if she told them that she brought a red balloon last night, they'll say, you told me you brought a red balloon last night. I'd be like, no, that was Pooh who told y'all that, not me. They study us. And it's very weird. So, yeah, that's the story. She's going around doing that, but she's not telling nobody what she's done. Mind you, I had know so much about her, that you probably wouldn't want to speak on me or my life or say anything if you don't know for sure what's true. Now, you running around telling people that I had a hysterectomy and I had a tubercle surgery. Baby was in my tubes twice and everything was fine. They never told me that, my family, nothing. She's just a liar. You know what I'm saying? So, it just doesn't make any sense. So I just was like, I'm over this. I'm tired of this. This is strange to me. I'm never in her life. I'm never in her business. I never, if you speak on her, because that's not what I do. I don't care what other people do. They're just interested in what I do for some strange reason. And I just wish that they would get uninterested. I just want to be unknown. So after that, it took me a while to get in touch with my cousin because we live our lives and we be living. We don't be thinking about this childish stuff going on. So this lady hits me up that had asked me a long time ago if I wanted to go out to church with her and out to eat, and I kept saying no. She kept saying how beautiful I was. Mind you, I didn't say no. I mean, I can't lie. I forgot. I didn't say no. I didn't say nothing because in my mind, I'm like, nah. I'm just gonna try to get away. So, someone said, tell your mother don't talk to her because she's gonna keep talking and never stop. And I did. So that was a few years ago. So now, 2024, before Christmas, she hits me up saying, have you seen this person? And I'm like, no. After Christmas, I mean, mind you, she saw something before Christmas. That's why the story's going this way. Watch, you're gonna trip out. So I'm like, no, who's that? She's like, my nephew, DJ Daryl Henderson. They looking for him. Ain't nobody seen him in 2 weeks. And I'm like, why would you call me and ask me where he is? How do you know I know him? Now, do y'all see where I'm getting at? She said, oh, because I seen him take you out to Chili's. I heard his voice in the background. And then this lady also was telling me about clothes that I had on in videos from years ago, studying me. You get what I'm saying? So this lady calling me every day, all day on the phone. I am something, I don't know what it is about me. I'm trying to still figure it out. I'm a good person, but people will call me and I don't want to say, I gotta go. I don't want to talk to you because I don't want to hurt their feelings. For some reason, females like to sit up on the phone and just not talk and just sit there and be in my life while I'm doing what I'm doing. And I just learned that that's called like trying to actually be in your life and live your life with you. They want to be a part of your life. So I was like, I really don't do this. I said, I'm just doing this for you, because I care. But I don't be on the phone with females if I don't have nothing to say. I'm not a talker, And she told me over and over again, you're not a talker. You told me that. You don't talk. You just be listening. So mind you, she's telling me how he's so wrong for, how he doing me, etc., etc. And she was like, you was trying to get to know him and all this and that. And I'm like, how do you know all this? She was saying things that was true. I'm like, how do you know, what type of person I am? You know why? Because she studied my Facebook and she put things together. Weird. Single black female type of stuff. So this lady been calling me ever since I would say about sometime in mid February up to now. All up talking to me, talking about people, told all these people that I was the one talking about them because she asked me, knowing that I had just had surgery, could I bring her a joint? And I was like, I can't do that. And plus, my daughter had my car. You know what I'm saying? But why would you ask somebody who just went through all type of stuff to come bring you something? Mind you, I already was nice enough to bring her a sweet potato pie that I wanted her to taste. I chose. Then she asked me, did they have any chips and Big Lots, the kettle barbecue? I said, yes. And I'm like, I know you're not expecting me to bring you no chips all the way out there. I said, girl, now I'm too nice now. So I did that. So mind you, she hits me up one day and says, give me a call. And I'll call her and I'm like, what's up? And she's not saying nothing. And I'm like, what's up? And she's like, oh, nothing. Just trying to go get me a pre-roll and cause that's how she talk. And go to the grocery store. I said, well, why are you calling me? Cause I need a ride. See what I'm saying? I said, I don't have my car. And plus, if I did, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't be able to do that anyways. I was sick. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, people don't do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? She played it off like she cared and came over when I had a stomach virus, but she knew what she was doing. She just wanted to play it off like, oh, I was there for you. I was so scared because the way you sounded, yes, but you left in 5 minutes. Soon as the dude's brother came to bring me the ginger ale soda, you turned around and left. You said you had to get your insulin and you had to eat. Yes, I said, well, I care about people to the point where I would have told you to take care of yourself before taking care of me or trying. Am I right or wrong? And I did appreciate it. But I just felt something was very weird about that. You know what I'm saying? So after that, you know, I was like, wow, about the shopping and all that. I'm like, I hope people don't think that's why I don't like being friends with people because they think then they're going to start calling me to come bring them places from a whole nother city. I don't even live in Ludlow. You know what I'm saying? I don't live in Ludlow. So I'm like, man, I gotta find a way to get rid of these females that's trying to be friends with me. I just don't want it. So when I told her, you know how sometimes you feel like a child, like you explaining to somebody, like somebody bullying you or whatever. I said I don't really feel comfortable even saying this, but I ain't even have a way, and plus that's my stuff, and I don't have to give you anything. And she was yelling and being very disrespectful, and at that point, I got mad and I went on Facebook and said this lady's bothering me because I won't do this and that, etc., etc. Now the lady's telling people everything we spoke about, and I have not uttered one word about the things that she told me about my niece's mother being dirty. She knows a lot of girls I know. She told me about them having diseases. She also told me about her husband molesting or raping an 8-year old and gave her AIDS. She also told me that her husband, who has the AIDS, gave my friend who I was dealing with his car, and that's how she got it. That's how he got it, I mean. She told me so much about that family and also tried to convince me to go over there and do something to their mother. I said, I'm not doing that. She kept acting like she was my friend and was saying, that's wrong. That's wrong how they did you. That is so wrong. They came into your life and just tried to destroy you and steal your energy because you so happy. And I noticed it and I saw that you look different and you didn't look the same no more. And I'm sitting here and I know it, but I'm like, how is people notice? You know what I'm saying? I'm catching on. And I'm like, so, and so now her and the cousin, get what I'm saying, is talking about me. The cousin got mad one day because I was on the phone with this lady, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm talking to they aunt." She's like, "Oh, that ain't they mother sister, so ain't really they aunt." People don't even be liking each other. Yeah, I'm keep it real. I'll tell you, and I won't talk about you behind your back and try to be your friend. So, moral of the story is, I was talking to this lady while she's telling me that I had these things done to my body that I never had done, and I was so upset that I was crying and I was getting mad and I was trying to call people in my family to verify this lie. You know what I'm saying? So I got over it. I blocked her. I'm like, this is crazy. This is weird to me. I don't understand this. And she's like, she seemed like she's jealous of you. Da 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 da. So then she tried to call me back and she's like, you still on the phone with that lady? I said, yes, I am, because she talks to me and she doesn't disrespect me and just blame me and like you be doing. You never listen. You just talk, talk, talk. And the lady agreed with me. She said, yeah, she was just talking over you. Wouldn't even let you say a word, which she's known for doing, but won't believe it. That's another thing people do that they're not believing. They're not believing that they talk over people and they think and they saying it's you. So moral of the story is, one day she's like, you know, your cousin came over here and knocked on my door. I said, what cousin? She said, the one that was on the phone that time, you know what I'm saying, and you had blocked her because she was saying that you had to hysterectomy and all that. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I said, what did she come over there for? She's like, I don't know. She said she came over here and was like, hi, auntie, I'm Sabrina. And she was like, she said, who are you? And then she said, I'm Sabrina, mind you. And she said she looked, it was like, where's Nisha? And she's like, I don't know. So see what I'm saying? Why did she go to a lady's house that she don't even know? But said to me, oh, that's not really they aunt because that's not their mother's sister. Then are you still on the phone with that lady? Like she don't like the lady but don't even know. So now they teaming up against me. I just you see what I'm saying? I can't make this stuff up. Y'all see where I'm getting at, right? That is jealousy. So now she's telling the person that I had a hysterectomy as well and all this stuff. They're just all in my business. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting tired of it and I'm getting sick of it to the point where I told her I'm going to go on here and tell people what you did. Did you tell everybody that you screwed your probation officer and had him switch your record with your sister's record and had that girl lose her job and that you was sleeping with her boyfriend and that somebody came over and said, that's your sister, or do y'all just call each other sisters? This is what the sister told me to my face, This isn't allegedly, and this isn't something I've heard. She came over here crying. We ate some wings over Springfield. She introduced me to the chicken rotisserie kind because I kept saying, I don't like it. She kept saying, we gonna eat this, we gonna eat this. And she'd be like, talk to me nicely. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, my sister, man, I can't believe she did this to me. So I'm like, okay, I heard this before, but just wasn't saying anything because it's not my business, mind you. See what I'm saying? But she does it to me. So I'm like, she said the guy was like, his car be parked in her driveway every day. And she said she had seen it one time, but she didn't think nothing of it. The whole time her sister was screwing her boyfriend. Then when her husband was going to work, she was having sex with all the men that she was renting rooms to. My ex-boyfriend told me that. He was like, your cousin's a whore. And I was like, what? Don't be talking about my cousin. So I told her what he said. Because, see, I loved them. But they hurt me so much. I love them behind their backs. They don't even love me behind my back. So when I told her what he said, she said he was just mad I didn't give him none. He said, no, that's not the case. I didn't want none. So we're going to forward back. Okay, because I'm trying to say this. So now her and the lady are in my business together, hating on me after you know what I'm saying, loving me so much and all this it's all love and people did you wrong and you're a chosen one. God don't like ugly. They're gonna get it for the way they're treating you. He gonna get you too. Okay? So this lady, okay, everything that we spoke about and innocent things that I told about myself and how I was treated in life, she twisted it around. Tried to tell my family I was talking about them, but I was talking about the way I was treated by my family, and I have every right to. Okay? I was treated effed up. Black sheep, outcast, everybody, just shunned me because they thought I did something that I didn't do until they found out it wasn't true. Then they believed it. Then they all forgave me. I was like, I'm so sorry. I thought this. I thought that. Why didn't you just ask me? Why didn't you just come talk to me? Why would you hurt me like that because of what someone said? Now I know good goddamn well, excuse my language, that everybody in this world knows by now that people lie. And that when people are mad at you, they lie. And if people are jealous of you and you have a man they want or a woman they want, they will lie. I done been through all of that type of stuff. You get what I'm saying? So one time, the same person, she never respects, you know what I'm saying, my boundaries or my space. She calls me. Why are you talking about my husband? I said, I'm not talking about your husband. I don't even know him. I just know his name. You the one worry about my life if you want to get down to it. I said, what are you talking about? I said a different person's that got the same name as him. I was talking to somebody and somebody overheard me and ran back and told her that I was talking about her husband, but I was talking about a dude that got the same name as her husband. And I said, no, I was talking about my friend. And I kept trying to say, hey, listen, mental retard. Well, because she's yelling and being retarded, but they always try to say I'm the problem. I said, I have a friend by that name, and he was telling me something. And I was telling Aunt Doris what he told me. You get what I'm saying? And somebody went back and told her that I was talking about her husband. And I said, no, my friend's name is Bobby too. She kept saying, stop saying his name. I said, I could say that name if I want. That's my friend's name. She kept calling me bees and all type of stuff. I said, all right, now when I see you, I'm going to give it to you. I said, because you've been disrespecting me for years for no reason. I don't know what I've done to you. Even when people were bothering me and lying on me, she was on their side. Then when she found out that I did nothing, she tried to apologize and piece it out. But now, this stuff that you did now, this year, put the icing on the cake because now you messing around with my family. Now you messing around with my immediate family. Now you're messing around with my my children. Now you're messing around with things going on in my life that you have absolutely nothing to do with. Okay? People have babies that they don't want people to know about. I know plenty of people who was pregnant and hid their pregnancy, and if they want to do that, they could do that. That's their effing business. Okay? You don't tell people's business. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're somebody's cousin doesn't mean you know everything about them. And people are so ignorant to the fact that they don't think this person probably don't even really know they cousin like that. You think just because somebody's somebody's cousin that they know everything about them. That's not always necessarily true. I got so many cousins right now, and I can't lie. I only could think of my first cousins because I know their kids and their names. But some of my first cousins, kids, I don't know them. She came over here yelling at this girl one day, saying that the girl wasn't my cousin. Didn't even know the girl was my cousin on my mother's father's side. I got cousins, so she's jealous of me. It's the point, okay? Okay, and that's it. When the dude told me that, she said not to f with me when she get when he comes over here. I don't know what they was talking about, but you get what I'm saying. I was being spoke of before I even met him, so that means I have power. That means that I am so powerful that I am the goat. That I must be something that they are very threatened by. Because if you speaking on someone you have not met yet, because somebody else is telling you stuff, so you take that and come over to that person. That's the man I was talking about in my other live, about the man who kept calling me names in my home and abusing me in my home, verbally, mentally, emotionally, in all type of ways except for financially. I'm not gonna lie. And I thought he was such a gentleman, such a charming, sweet man, and he ended up being a devil. He ended up being a demon straight from hell. And all he did was ruin my life and try to take my energy. I'm sorry, not ruin my life, ruined my energy. I felt drained. I was overwhelmed. I was confused. I didn't know what was going on because I knew I did nothing to these people. Nothing at all. Be careful, because now I learned another lesson. I'm never speaking to any females again about anything. Even if you say that you got a grandson that's in the army, I'm not even going to say I got one too, because then you're going to try to tell my daughter that I was talking about her children. That's another thing the lady did, and also told me to find a cure for my daughter's MS. So, anybody out there, if you know a lady named Tanya Owens, she thinks that it's funny to make fun of people who have mental illnesses and sicknesses, MS, or anything. So I'm just putting that out there and letting you know. Do not become friends with this woman and tell her anything. She'll tell you everything about her life and everything. But you won't repeat that to nobody. But she'll try to get things out of you by telling you them things. I guess this is what I'm thinking now, because she seeked me out. I didn't even wasn't thinking about her. You know what I'm saying? You're telling everybody things that I said innocently. I could talk about my life all I want. Yes, they did hurt me. Yes, I did think that my family was treating me weird and that they were jealous and didn't love me because they were acting that way. We all talked yesterday, though, and that's when we said you got to start realizing things to my mother. I know you love your cousins, but they troublemakers, yo. And they be talking about your children. But they would never, ever, ever go against their children for you, but they want you to go against us for them. You got to see this, mommy. So we trying to tell you, you got to see this. They won't do that. You know what I'm saying? All the things that they do to me, you know what I'm saying, that my mother wouldn't do. Sometimes they mothers try to even come at me, and my mother's never tried to come at none of her cousins' children. Like my cousin Tasha Daniels told me that I love so much, when she the one told me everything they saying about you is a lie. When she looked me in my face and said, I know that you is not who people say you are. You know how I know? And she laughs. She's beautiful, look like MC Light, prettier. And I said, how? She said, because I told you a lot of stuff and I ain't heard it back yet. And I said, yeah, because I don't do that. I said, people be lying on me. She said, yeah, you just get mad. I got short fuse. I got short temper. I was told that I'm like my father and I just don't tolerate disrespect because he didn't. I was 2 years old when my father was killed. So I don't know, I'm saying, anything. You know what I'm saying? So my uncle just told me that. He said, the reason you the way you are, your father was like that. He said, and your father was so funny that he would make people go, shit on themselves, that he make you laugh so hard you shit your pants, and that he loved Bruce Lee. So, with that being said, we all have feelings. I'm not going to keep on letting people just dog me out and keep on trying to shun me. Seem like they trying to turn the whole town against me, y'all. Look at, because of this. I'm loved. People like me. They admire me. They gravitate towards me, and I love them back. And they don't want that. They don't want nobody loving me. They don't want nobody caring about me. They don't want nobody nothing. And it's very sad. And it's also hurtful because I have feelings, and that hurts because I love them so much. And I told my mom today, I said, Ma, I even tried to get other people to, you know, to, you know, to go on their page and look at their videos and stuff because it's funny. And they said, nah, they grimy, they fake, and you're going to see that. And I'm like, no, probably just misunderstandings. They was like, no, she's fake, she's grimy. Okay? So just be careful, people. Because there's people out here doing things with their probation officers having records switched now. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to talk about people, you better think and check about your life first, because you would try to hurt people's lives with lies, but people can hurt your lives with the truth. I can hurt your life with the truth. And one thing about God, he don't like gossipers. He do not like gossipers because they do exactly what you tried to do, ruin my life. You ruined my friendship with, that. But that's okay. He wasn't meant to be my friend then, if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's not in my life, don't it wasn't meant to be. Because a soulmate, he's not gonna let that happen. A soulmate is gonna be there. He's gonna understand. He's gonna already know everything. I'm a chosen one, so that's why my life is the way it is. That's why I look so young and I don't age. It's part of my blessings. And these people hate me. And I'm on a spiritual attack. You know, they don't even care that my brother was killed on his birthday and I'm mourning. They don't even care that, that babies died. My brother's baby died in the bed with my daughter. We had to go through that. All they want to do is hurt people and tell people things. That's not okay. That is wrong. That is wrong on so many levels. And when you notice that you talking to someone and these people come back telling everything after they had a disagreement with their friend, do you see what type of person that is now? You're only showing people that you're a snitch and you're a rat, and that soon as y'all have one disagreement, you're gonna go tell everything. Gonna tell what color socks they had on, what color panties, and all that too, right? People are messy. Okay? Peace, love, and blessings. Love to everybody. Have a good night.